Hello, guys. Wow.
Oh,
It's a lovely Friday. No, it's a lovely Saturday afternoon at the time of recording. And we're here to bring you another wonderful episode of the Unholy Trinity podcast.
like looking at myself in the camera, my forehead is fat and shiny as
Better
fuck.
hide that big ass forehead.
Ah, shit. Alright, I'm putting my head up.
Oh, nah, it's
I
so
really
good.
can't put my head up.
Well,
Whatever.
fast.
You know, that's a whole plot story in the Naruto for Sakura
Oh.
about big forehead. Yeah. Fun
Yeah.
fact.
Very cool. Anyway, we're the Unholy Trinity presenting you this podcast.
Yo.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Let's give some introductions if you guys aren't familiar with us.
Same one.
Hello,
Yeah.
my name is Deo from
Oh,
the Unholy Trudy Pod, movies, TV, games, and
he came
media.
prepared.
Should I
Look at
be
that.
saying that every time if I do an intro?
Maybe
Is that
you
what I'm
should.
doing? Yeah. Should I just say the Unholy Trinity podcast? I realize that
Really?
if people like look that up, it wouldn't really come up with anything.
what's
It
the
might
first
come up
thing
with
on the
Well,
thing?
Oh, it
keywords.
does.
we
Yes.
if we stick enough keywords, if they're just searching for podcast and put like, oh, I want to search for a movie podcast, that's the one that's gonna come up because we put movies in our name.
She's smart. We're
We're
thinking about that.
diversifying our portfolio by covering
are-
movies, TV,
Oh,
games,
yes.
and media.
But
There's
also,
4 different keywords.
if you remain casual about it and say we're just the Unholy Trinity without having to be formal about it
Yeah.
and speaking the whole thing, aren't you developing a rapport with our listener audience by trying to develop a sense of intimacy and
shorthand.
friendship?
Bro, is that an explosion next door?
I think the wind
That was a
is just
shockwave from a.
strong and
Yeah.
it's blowing on someone.
Did you guys feel earthquake like a few days ago?
Oh, funny story. I
go
was
on.
drunk. I got home and I fell asleep and I slept through the entire thing.
What time was it at?
It was like I
Early
don't know.
morning.
We heard early morning,
It was
yeah.
early.
Then
But then there was
Because
like
I
a
was
day
asleep.
after where I was around a shopping center and we just felt like something shaking at one point. And then I was at a hairdresser's and then there was just like really low rumbles coming from somewhere and we had no
Oh.
idea what it was.
Oh, that could have been my
Nicely.
PS5 controller.
Oh,
If I
true.
leave it on the ground, it really shakes me.
Whoa.
No, it was that booty shaking.
Oh.
Oh.
So yeah, that could have been me because I was at Yaya's the night of the earthquake.
You were
Yeah.
twerking.
I thought you were gonna go down the road of I was drunk, so the shaking was like
No,
amplified.
I wasn't even. No, that was an exaggeration. I wasn't even that drunk because I'd already like that was. It was afterwards. I was honestly just asleep with a slight bit of intoxication.
I'll also be asleep, probably, most likely.
I was so
Yeah.
drunk that I felt my whole body vibrating like the Flash.
Oh,
Reference.
Flash! What a cool movie.
Mm.
Did we like that movie? You'll have to check out the other episode to
Oh,
see.
there we go.
Spoilers, maybe.
Check
was-
the
it
previous
was
2 or 3
Not that
episodes.
good.
Oh,
Now,
But anyway,
please introduce yourselves.
yeah. Introduce yourself.
oh, fuck. I guess I'm Sunny or something. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, and I'm Jack.
Slay.
Yeah.
I had a slay denier
Yeah.
the other day.
You know what?
A slay denier. They denied the existence of the word slay.
No.
That isn't slay.
Complain
That
to
word's been around since like the very
complain to
old
King
days.
Arthur when he slayed the big dragon.
yeah. Actually, it would be slew the king drag, the big
Is that the past tense?
right.
The past tense?
SLEW.
Yeah.
At least in those times, I'm pretty sure that was.
Then can you say I slew last night?
I don't think. I think it's specifically for the act of killing.
Yeah, but
a
when you're
creature.
slaying, or when it's a slay,
I guess you're arguably killing it.
yeah, you know,
Yeah.
as in you have done
Yeah.
the slay, you
Yeah.
have slayed.
I feel like Gen Z just
Slew.
doesn't care about our proper grammar, though. In all fairness, They'd
Yeah,
probably
that's,
just
that's
say,
what
"I say."
that's what's iconic about our generation.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Slay.
Damn, I really think about our generation
such a-
sometimes. So like,
This is such an era.
really, this is a good
Wow.
era. I don't
No.
It's to be seen.
This is the dark times.
You think we're gonna be looking back on our child and be like, "Fuck, We weren't good because you know a lot of
Yeah,
old
I
people are
mean-
like, oh, remember the good old days? When it'd be like, no,
I'm already doing that, man.
remember the bad old days.
Well, maybe to this time, yes. Remember the bad days? But I'm thinking about my early childhood and being like,
When you'd go like
those are the good
swimming
days.
in the floods or something.
Yeah, those were the good
That's-
days,
that's
man.
the
Go
funniest
swimming with the
th-
fishies.
I don't know why. It's just the funniest image to me of you just swimming in the like little deer swimming in the.
It was fun.
Not really.
I don't know.
Especially
probably is
like
a
I
funny
grew
image,
up like
but-
on the beach, bro. So
Yeah,
there's like
you
people
don't get
surfing and shit,
floods.
right? And then I imagine you're just doing like what we're doing at the beach, but in the flooded.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
That just
It's
sticks with me,
real.
yeah.
It's
You know what's
real
funnier
life
to me
shit,
is
man.
imagining Dale as a toddler and then just like diving into the pond from a
Yeah.
pier.
I don't know if I could have actually swam yet back in the day. Maybe.
You know, you just float
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm
it.
thinking.
I was watching. Oh, like they said in Indiana Jones, they just keep pulling or whatever it is,
Just keep
pull the
pulling,
water or
just keep
whatever.
pulling.
I was thinking that came up in a movie that we saw recently. That was that, yeah. Which is what a great segue. This week we're talking about Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Wow.
But before we get to that, how have you guys been doing this past week?
I'm getting sick
And
in the medical sense.
yeah, you're not like
What are
sick,
the
like
what are the
you're sick.
they are?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
My
Wow.
nose is stuffy right now, and like I've been getting headaches. I'm like, shit.
I've been getting headaches a lot too.
So like, I guess
I
my
don't know. I got
my
in a fight
immune system
yesterday and I got
kind of
headaches.
low.
You got to fight?
No, I didn't.
Did you get bashed in the head, man?
I wanna.
Did you bash the other guy in the head?
I wanna.
Did you win? So what happened in the fight?
Nothing. It didn't happen.
It's a mental
Why
fight.
are you lying?
Cause headache. Joke. Am I allowed to be
Yeah,
funny?
all right.
No.
It's valid.
Keep your humor for threads.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Keep it
Speaking
there.
of
You want to talk about yeah?
threads.net,
Because we've been
Instagram
doing a little
app,
bit of threads.
a whole new metaverse app thing.
Yeah.
Lord Zuckerberg giving us a Twitter alternative. I don't know if you want funny stuff. Who knows? I might be typing some shit there.
Do you think it's funny that like do you remember a few years ago when everyone was like fuck Mark Zuckerberg, fuck Facebook because of that whole Cambridge Analytica shit?
Yeah, that was 2 years ago.
That was like
so-
2 years ago, but everyone's like, I love Papa. And they're calling him Father Zuck. I don't know if you've seen on
I think
threads.
it's because they hate Elon. So
Yeah,
like-
so that's the thing. Everyone's like, I hate Elon, so
So we're gonna move on to this other rich guy for now.
where I'm like, hey, fuck both of them, bro.
Yeah.
Like, where are you? I'll never, you'll never catch me calling him Daddy Zuck, okay?
But did you know they're organizing a cage fight?
I'm pretty sure that's not real. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, no,
Bro, but Elon legit, he was like, I want to fight you.
Well, I don't think that's going to happen, especially because of I don't know if you've heard the news, but I was going to cover the news section. But Elon Musk, I think, is just straight up suing Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, but he can still
Right.
sue him and fight him.
I guess, but I feel like when they said they're going to fight each other, it's more on friendlier terms. It was like a bit more of the Elon Musk. He's a bit of a meme. He's a bit of a jokester, mate. He kind of
he's
he bought Twitter as a bit of a joke,
he's
then
in it
drove
with
into
the
the
youth.
ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, and Threads is doing really, really well. It's up.
Yeah.
I think we're at like 5 million at least users right now, if not 6.
I
Mm,
haven't
yeah.
been paying attention. I just,
Well, I mean,
It's the quickest growing social media platform of all time.
it's pretty convenient because all you need is an Instagram account, which
Yeah.
you already have. So.
Yeah.
It's props on the Zuck, man.
And
So,
nobody wants to use Twitter. That's the other thing.
day
However,
one,
well, should I give should we give our thoughts, like a review on it?
day
I have
one
some
of
thoughts.
me using Threads, I saw social media managers being like, social media managers are crying right now. You have to log out and then log back on. You just can't just switch account. In
they don't
wait,
have
that's
that yet.
you.
Yeah.
yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, if you just log in the Threads app with the Unholy Trinity
I'm sure
account,
they'll probably update it.
They'll have to.
yeah. But like, they even post on your personal account,
No,
so then you don't
You
have to
could,
log
though.
out.
You could.
I don't know.
What if I
I have
at
to-
you?
I'm a slave to my notifications, so I have to look at the notifications to get them off my phone.
Yes.
Wait, what? The only notifications you get, right? I like follows. Yeah.
Exactly. That's literally
which
it.
I like because I don't have to see.
Oh, you don't get
And
notifications
then
for
day
like
2, I got
replies.
18 notifications in like a half an hour.
Oh, I got like 20 in the first 5 minutes because it just automatically makes you.
The
Yeah.
first thing I did when I got threads was I saw all of the threads about notification spam, and I was like, yeah, I'm turning all the notifications off that I have in Instagram already.
Yeah.
But yeah, my thoughts on Threads is like I guess it's in theory it's better than Twitter, but it's also okay. I'm gonna be a bit realistic here, guys.
Same
Twitter
shit.
is so much better than Threads. Like in a general, just like in terms of function. Also, Threads looks like ass, bro. It looks like it kind of looks like B-Real,
Be real's ass.
and B-Real kind of looks like ass. Like no offense, but like I just put it there. I don't think Twitter looks amazing, but like it looks fine. It's the
It's
job done.
functional.
I don't like the way Threads look. I just don't. I
It's
don't
because
like
like
it.
they don't want to one-on-one copy Twitter because that's like
Yeah.
infringement.
Even though Elon Musk is saying that they are copying, but they're not. And then the second thing, and I think it's a really big one, is there's no news, there's no hashtags even.
Yeah.
So you literally can't like find anything. The only thing you find are users. Even
Yeah.
Instagram has a feature where you can filter through tags,
Yes.
but you
Yeah.
can't do that on Threads. I'm sure
Oh.
it's gonna come. Or that's too
Early
similar to Twitter. That's the other thing. It's like
Mhm.
if they add the features that I want, it's just gonna be Twitter.
Yeah.
So it's like at this current point, I have no use for Threads. I don't personally look. If you follow me on Threads, great. I just don't really give a shit about what you guys are saying there. I mean, it's like I don't know. I prefer like, on Instagram. I care more about what people are posting because it's like, oh, this is a post. It's like pictures and shit. And it's like probably something cool you did, and it's like you want to show it or whatever. And I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
cool. But like, I don't really give a shit about what you're saying on Threads, bro.
Well, the same thing on
Unless
Twitter.
you're
It's
commenting
about
on,
random
because you're
people's
never commenting on
opinions.
anything like important because there are no like tags. So there's like you're not commenting on like something happening in the world like on Twitter. You can't really. There's
Do
no
they have
Twitter
like
beef. There's never going to be
yeah.
Twitter beef because there are no
Do they have
tags.
like
There's
a
no way to trend
homepage,
anything.
like a For You page type
They
of deal?
don't.
They don't. So it's
That's
all
the
just
other
people
thing.
you follow.
The actual main, your feed is really unorganized, and they said they're going to fix it, but it's currently just random.
Yeah.
You're not getting. There's no logical sense to the way you get message. I get just the same person come up, and then my entire feed is flooded with the same person.
Yeah.
That's probably because they're posting so much shit.
They post so much
But,
shit, and they got a lot of day one attention.
Yeah. And for some reason, like you're like when you get pinged or whatever, they've separated the pinging into like your followers pinged you, verified account pinged you, or something like that. I wish they did that with the actual threads I was reading because like sometimes I want to see the like my friends' thread, not IGN fucking posting a million things.
Yeah.
Which I accidentally did the follow everyone that I followed on Instagram, so now I'm following all of the all of the stuff because I look at IGN for news on Instagram. I'm getting the exact same content as well. Like,
It's true.
so overall, Threads is fucking ass, but like I guess it's kind of funny though.
It's all shits and giggles. My perspective is just shits and giggles. No one takes themselves seriously on Threads, I think, other than like social media accounts.
Oh, that's the other thing. Oh, it's really cringe. You know how it's always cringe when like companies are like trying to beat in on the jokes sort of things. That's all because this is early days of Threads. That's all Threads is currently. It's people. It's basically people going, "Hey, what is this, man?" People making puns about Thread, like going like, "I thread." Yeah, it's just like puns and shit.
Thread.
Yeah, that. And then companies thinking they're funny. It's like it's the stand up of companies.
It's kind of like 2010s Twitter, or like
it is. We're kind of back at that point. So
yeah, honestly, take me back to the 2010s.
As much as I hate Twitter, and yeah, I don't use Twitter anymore. I stopped using it like months ago. I occasionally come on when I have a bagger of a joke. Like when the earthquake happened, and I tweeted, "It's okay, my Lego city is safe, guys." I thought that was a great joke, so I had to tweet it. But thank you. But yeah, Threads is an inferior Twitter still
because it's still got that.
But people are blinded. People are blinded by their love for Daddy Zuck, or more accurately, their hatred of.
I'm blinded by the Zuck.
Yeah.
Oh, I get
the algorithm hasn't matured yet, to know your preferences. Because
Yeah,
like
it
Twitter's
hasn't
been
grown
there
up.
for like 2 decades, almost 2 decades now, probably. So it knows what's up.
Grow up.
But they could have just like used the Instagram algorithm, you know. But I guess they need a new one.
I don't know. Personally, I don't really just see a need for threads. I guess they want to kill off Twitter, but like, personally, I don't even see a need for Twitter. But that's just a me
Yeah.
opinion. I like.
Well, Daddy Zuck is taking advantage of the situation, bro. He's like, all right, look at all these
Yeah, no.
Elon
I completely
haters,
get
man.
why threads exist, but I'm like, just
So
to
why are
be
you asking why threads exist?
No, I get. It's a rhetorical question, sort of. It's
Alright.
like, I get exactly why they've created it, but also, there's no point. It just, as in my general opinion, there's no point in Twitter. But yeah,
Just like life.
it's just
there
for
is no
people. There
point.
is no point.
It's
But I guess it's just people who wanted to say things. The main thing I feel like Twitter is useful for is just like news, and I guess
Yeah.
that includes like commenting on news and trends. Like trends are important, I guess.
Discussion around
Discussion
trends,
around trends
current
and stuff,
events.
which currently Threads just does not have.
Well, the current event is Threads.
Which I feel like yeah, that is. But I feel like Threads just like kind of missed the point a little bit of what Twitter is. Because where's my Threads beef, bro? You can't have Threads beef without trending tags so people can get in on the discussion. That's my point. So yeah, I feel like I took too long.
I'm wondering now whether Threads is gonna is gonna kill off the shitty people on Twitter for replying. So they're trying to if they're trying to commit to some sort of like, because if the whole thing is about threads, then I'm expecting they want their threads to be all like, you know, that's the main purpose. You're having a conversation down in the thread. So and on Twitter, like all the replies are just fucking left wing, right wing, nuclear warheads.
But that's the conversation.
I mean, that's,
but like
I think that's still it's unavoidable.
It's unavoidable.
Oh, they'll get there eventually, unless
they'll get there eventually.
yeah.
It's just that they don't have the tools for. Unless you're, it's because this now it's just like literally if you're following the person, you'll get the thread. So it's like, yeah, you get a bunch of little echo chambers.
But I reckon it'll get to the Twitter point.
I think
eventually.
it will. So I think it still needs like it's not if they don't add tags or anything. I don't think it would because it's just like then you have to go out of your way to look at someone's profile, follow them, then comment on it.
Maybe they won't call it tags. They call it something else. They'll be like, it does the same thing.
I call it tags because Instagram itself has.
It's the same thing as hashtags.
Instagram actually has the tools that Threads kind of needs to work.
They
so
can call
like,
it tic-tac-toe.
What if this is just a big bit by Mark Zuckerberg?
Yeah.
Sorry for my hot takes on Threads. I don't know why
Well, what's important is you follow us on Threads at unholy.pod.
Yeah.
And to keep a lookout for more funny content from the admins. All right, what's next on the list?
That's it. Well, yeah, the general question is like, what are you guys doing? And I guess Threads the answer, except for the
your mom.
It's thickness and Threads.
Thickness and Threads.
Yeah.
Anything exciting in your life?
Not really.
For the second time.
We got a. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you were gonna
say
or what you're saying gonna be less.
Includes you in this.
Huh?
Yeah, because we have a play opening. In 2 weeks' time.
Are you gonna complain again?
Complain?
No, remember the money issue.
Oh yeah, it's just like we need to go get into internal policies and play just in case that I leak confidential information. But yeah, if any of you guys are interested, we'll have probably more information coming out soon. At some point on some of our social media.
Yeah, coming soon.
Coming soon. It's a modern reimagining of Much Ado About Nothing. And I am acting in it.
Wow. Theater. Is this your theater debut?
Yeah, and it's my last. I hate it.
Nice.
But yeah.
Yeah, you never know. You might do
your
another
thoughts on it from your perspective.
It's more. I feel like it's an off-mic discussion.
Yeah, fair enough.
But
he just has management disagreements, man.
There's a little bit there, a little bit. I was just not a huge fan of the theater
Management.
behind the scene. I don't know. Theater's just like for specific people. Like I don't feel like I'm one of
Fine.
crew not included in that. I feel like crew is usually they're not like
They're not fucking theater kids.
they're not theater. I don't know. How do you
Just say
tiptoe around that,
theater
mate?
kid.
Yeah,
How do you
because I'm not a
tiptoe
theater
around that?
kid.
Yeah, I don't
Nelson
think
kind of grew up around theater kids. Or I had a lot of theater kid friends.
yeah.
I had theater
Nelson's
kid friends,
halfway a
but
theater kid. I
Nelson-
feel.
Yeah, halfway there. I'm like quartered there.
I got no theater kid experience.
Good for
I had
you,
to-
mate. Good for you.
I had to message Lachlan about like, oh, I've got a friend who's got a show tonight, and I want to say chookers. How do I spell chookers? And is it grammatically correct to say chookers for your show tonight?
Did you just say chookers?
Just say.
I thought you said break your neck or your leg.
No, you don't. That's bad luck, Theo. Bad luck.
Is it bad good because it's the opposite of good? Because saying good luck is bad luck, bro.
It's not anymore, bro. You say chookers.
Yo, what's this new ways to what's the word? I'm thinking of a word.
I think it's
Classic
more. I
expressions.
think it's chookers. Is
Chookers
probably
is
like
a strictly Melbourne thing,
yeah,
Oh, you fucking Melbourne cunts.
yeah,
and
man.
it's
Yeah,
been around
yeah,
for
yeah.
ages.
Yeah.
It's not new. It's
It's not
just
new.
Melbourne theatre.
Usually, Melbourne contrarians be like, or theater kids being contrarian to everyone else.
It's just it's called culture, fam.
Yeah, it's kind of just the culture.
Do
Do it for the culture, bro. Anyway, should we get
Dang.
into some stuff?
Dang, we should,
Yes.
man.
Well, because we already started talking about threads and news and stuff. I might as well continue some stuff, right? I mentioned the lawsuit. Oh, a Melbourne comedian accepted my friend request on Threads.
Wow.
Are they gonna follow me on Threads? They said that would be very funny. Okay.
Was it like
Who's
Do you know Matt Stewart? Shout out to Matt Stewart if you listen.
Matt Stewart?
He has a podcast as well. And a couple.
Do you need to accept
I
follows?
went to one of his
or
game
is it
shows.
a private profile?
They're private. Yeah, they're private unless they're public, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you
But I
gotta
think that was a
accept it
private one.
It
'cause
doesn't default to anything.
it doesn't-
You just have to choose. It doesn't default to anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Because you wouldn't say if it would say someone accepted your request if they're a private account.
Yeah.
Because if they anyway.
Same as Insta.
Anyway, yeah. So Elon Musk is reportedly going to sue Zuckman. He actually tweeted out today.
I'm gonna sue this motherfucker.
Wait, what did he
Oh,
tweet?
Mazaka. Motherfucker.
Like all for competition, but copying is bad or
You've
something.
gone too far.
Which I don't like the core concept, I guess, of Threads. Oh, Threads, I don't think it's copying. It kind of is, but it's not really. Like Facebook
Well,
already has. It's
in
kind of like a Facebook
functionality.
status, but with a thread. And Threads aren't like necessarily a Twitter thing. Like Reddit has. It's like Threads, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of just the same thing as that.
You can't
I don't think it's a
copyright
quite.
conversation.
Yeah. I
No,
don't think
he's
it's.
copyright the functionality of the service because it's
Yeah.
direct. It's a direct competitor to Twitter, and if you can argue that in court, you
Yeah.
can argue that in
But I
court,
don't
man.
think. Yeah, I feel like it's a direct competitor, but I don't think it's copying. Unless they add all the features of Twitter, which would make it better.
I like
But,
some
yeah.
extremist comedy of Elon Musk. Elon
Yeah.
Musk suing the Earth. He's suing humanity because of the way people use conversation starters to create threads of conversation.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck
I'm waiting
Elon
for that
Musk,
cage
man.
fight, man.
Me
Yeah, they
too.
should do that. That'd be really funny.
God, you've already seen photos
Oh.
of Zuckerberg's shirt.
I have
We
a
know what he
question.
looks like.
He's
We know what the
built. Yeah,
bod
that's
looks
true.
like.
I have a question for you guys. Do you think Threads is currently trending on Twitter?
Yes.
Probably is. Probably because Elon Musk tweeted that tweet and then put hashtag Threads in the.
Yeah, he probably started that.
Oh, I
you
just
should.
wanted to bring some attention to a little game I played this week. This isn't news. I don't know why it's in my news section, but
Is
I
it
played
news to
Ratchet
us?
and Clank Rift Apart.
Hey,
I finished
Wow.
it yesterday.
hey.
I didn't platinum it. I 100% in it, but I couldn't platinum it because you needed to get like 2 extra weapons and doing the New Game Plus. And I just couldn't be bothered doing New Game Plus,
Mm,
so I just deleted the game instead. But I did finish it, got past the solved that.
very
Sick.
nice.
It was a
Very nice.
fantastic game. It was really cool. It's like the whole kind of premise of it is like kind of multiverse, but like
But
the event.
furry.
It's not because it's not.
Vinky.
I guess it is realities, but like different dimensions. That's what they called. They actually streamline a lot
Mm.
more. It's a lot more streamlined than recent things we've watched, like Flash.
Oh.
It's just like multiple dimensions or whatever.
No spaghetti.
Yeah, no spaghetti. And it's really cool because you travel through dimensions without like loading screens and stuff.
Mm.
And it's pretty cool. You can teleport around. It's really good and it's great next gen stuff. I had to play it at high FPS. Looking pretty good with that ray tracing, babe.
I have
Is
just
there
realized
any-
actually, because in the planning for this episode, this is complete.
Yeah, no.
In the planning for this episode, you asked if I watched anything. I did watch something.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything new. I rewatched Spider-Man.
Oh, we'll get to that because I haven't actually gotten
I
to what
know.
I watched this week.
But-
But yeah.
Aha!
You
I
can-
did
yeah.
something. I finally did something.
Udemy. Yo, is there any other Ratchet and Clank games on the PlayStation 5?
No, that's the only one that's
The old games aren't like
The old games are all
cross-compatible?
available. I'm pretty
Mm.
sure. Actually, I don't know. You just have to pay for like the deluxe subscription that comes with an emulator.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've played the PS4 one as well. That was really good. And this one was just like this one was genuinely pretty mind blowing.
Mm.
And it's also really funny. It's got great writing. It just
that
it's just,
old school.
I don't
type
know.
of game,
I never get games that just like I rarely come across
Mm.
games that like I really like. And like this is one of them. The last one
Mm.
that I played that I really liked was like something else that I think I talked about.
If you like that game,
It was
I
like
think
Guardians of the Galaxy, I think.
you should check out Psychonauts. If
I
they're
have.
out
I've played I think half of the first.
there. Same, but
Yeah.
I didn't finish it.
Yeah.
But the second one is out, I think.
And
the-
it's apparently really good.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Came out
like
a couple
the
years
first
ago.
one's written quite funny. So I assume second one's funny.
Yeah.
What's next on your list? The
I
Persona.
downloaded a new game called I believe it's called Scarlet Nexus.
What's that?
Oh.
Like a weeb game.
Like
Sorry.
how
I've
weeb
heard
is
of
it
it.
though? Is it like
It's very weeb.
is some random RPG or something?
No, it's really popular. It's
Oh.
it's a JRPG. It's kind of like Devil May Cry, but with like Persona element.
like Xenoblade.
I don't fucking know. It's
That's
like
the
it's got
Nintendo
like
one.
it's got like that hack and slash
Yeah. Okay.
with like the story and like the character building and like building your bonds with team party members and stuff. So it's
yeah,
like,
that's kind of RPG Persona.
It came out I think a couple of years ago because it's on current.
Persona's also on that list.
I can't
Think
afford
of it.
Persona right now, bro. It's literally
Uh,
like $100. I'm like, dude,
Get
slow
the
down.
base game.
No. Apparently, it's not worth getting the base game. That's what all of my fucking Persona friends say.
The Persona people
Yeah.
say, man. Let's get it free on the computer.
No. Okay, I don't know why you're looking at me like that. All right, cool.
Awkward.
Anyway,
Awkward.
oh, we got some other news. This came out today. Elektra from the Daredevil movie, Jennifer Garner, I believe her name is.
Alexa.
She's returning in Deadpool 3 as the character. And people have been speculating for a while that rumor had it that Ben Affleck was on set for Deadpool 3, assumingly not for Batman, but probably for Daredevil.
Mm.
So big multiverse adventure.
Oh.
Big
The other
multiverse.
Daredevils should
Ohio.
show up.
Huh?
All the Daredevils should be there.
Both the two Daredevil.
Yeah.
Maybe Lego Daredevil as well.
Mhm.
Lego Marvel game. Yeah.
Cool.
The Barbie director, whose name is Greta Gerwig, I believe. She's apparently directing some new Narnia movies.
Yo, the movie
Did you guys
about the
ever? Do you
closet.
guys familiar with Narnia? Lion, the
Probably
Witch,
watched
Daughter.
the-
I
And,
read all the books back in the day. I loved them. I don't know if they still hold up, but yeah.
Is it about Sweden?
No, they're all like biblical allegories.
But don't you go into like the Northern?
You go into a cupboard
Yeah, then it goes to like the
The
snowy
magical land.
mountains or
Yeah.
something. They don't have snow in the Bible.
First allegory. It's like Aslan, he gets like killed and comes back to life. Like he's
Oh,
there's other stuff I can't remember exactly, but because it's been a long time since Narnia, but I do remember the movies pretty well, I believe. I was like the only person who liked the third one. I mean, apparently people don't like the third one. Also, fun fact: do you guys know like the Prince Caspian movie?
Nope.
Which is the second one. Um, what's
But
his
I
name?
know of it.
Who's Spider Man again?
yeah,
Andrew Garfield. He auditioned for Prince Caspian, like one of the characters in
Ah.
that film, but was told he wasn't handsome enough. And it went to the role went to Ben Barnes, who you may know from Punisher. You
yes,
personally may know from the
I know.
Punisher. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's an interesting little fact.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, New Narnia. I was I want to see some New Narnia. It's been a while since the last ones. They're pretty old. Yeah,
You get the Timmy Chalamet in it,
Timmy Chalamet. Oh,
so it can be in
Yeah.
2 allegories.
Also, when Timothy Chalamet interrupted the Game Awards and he went on stage.
Oh yeah, I
like-
remember Timmy Chalamet on there.
wait, what? Oh, the fucking kid that. Oh, okay, yeah.
He later became a podcast host.
Oh yeah.
Is he a
Then
good podcast host, or
there's
is
this
he
funny
just trying to
clip he
ride the
said,
fame?
where he's interviewing random Insta chicks. He's like, "Yo, name me 10 books."
Oh,
Seen that one?
I thought he was like meant like a genuine podcast.
That is his podcast.
Oh, that's
Talking to
like the
Insta chicks,
shit
be
one.
like, "Why are you so
Yeah.
dumb?"
Bro, this podcast is so cringe. Like, I don't know. I watch like Most Critical react to those. 'Cause he does a lot of rants about them. He's like, these are so fucking.
But it's funny.
Remember the day when the most controversial thing said on a podcast was, "I don't like the Mario movie."
Yeah.
True story.
Yes. You stop
Hmm.
touching the mic.
I think
Oh.
in the whole scheme of this podcast though, that's less polarizing than the arguments you have.
What's some arguments?
What
you have?
arguments do we have?
I don't know, when you two just like you're like yeah, and then you're like nah, and then you're like yeah, and then you're like nah, and then I'm just sitting here like I'm just sitting here twiddling my thumbs.
But you could have chimed in and be like, "What if?"
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah, do that.
Like on the topic of like our opinions on movies.
oh, just like a fucking it's just society in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, we disagree a lot about society, do we?
Do we? I thought we agreed
know.
that society sucks, bro.
We do agree on that.
Yeah,
yes.
we
That
do.
is-
Hey,
That's why you still on the other side of the room for me,
hey, I
because
may suck,
we just
but at least I stuck well.
lovely.
well, I can't attest to that, but someone else may.
No, last thing was there was a rumor that Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag is getting a remake.
Dang.
Like, damn. But I don't think it really needs one. It's not that old. I mean, it's like
Isn't it on the PlayStation
it came
4?
out on the PlayStation 3 and 4, I believe.
Yeah, so like,
Like, that's not
I guess
that
they
old.
could put
You don't
that.
need to remake the entire.
Yeah.
You can remaster. I don't think it needs.
This is the era of remakes, bruh. They need to
Yeah.
remake everything.
There's two, like most of the things that they're actually remaking are genuinely old
game.
games. And they're like they're redoing it in a completely like
Mm.
different way.
Well, it's still based on the original game, but it's a cost cutting method also to make new games based off old games, because you don't have to have a writing team.
No, generally speaking, it's actually more expensive. Like the
Meh.
the new games do cost.
Well, they
Oh, I
will
don't know.
cost
A
more
recent
than the old
report came
games,
out
but
about. Sorry, yeah.
it would cost less than making an entirely new game from scratch on a concept level, you know?
I'm like, yeah, but like
That's what I'm
barely.
talking about.
Maybe you might save like $5.
Hey,
I don't know.
that's more than nothing, you know?
Yeah, but also that reminded me, a new report came out where they'll talk about the cost of a AAA game approximately. And I think it was. Oh no, I can't remember the company that does Horizon. Like the
that
recent
Bungie?
Horizon cost like $200,000 to make us.
It is nothing. That's a Lamborghini.
Well, that's like as much as like that's like a movies, really.
Yeah, sure.
I assume like more expensive games cost whatever. Like, yeah, damn, movies and video games like cost the same amount, even though games are animated, so they should be free. You know that funny thing about budgets and stuff. Yeah, like if it's just
Animators do not
animated, it should be
deserve.
free. Yeah.
Then who animates them? If it's
Animator.
free.
No. Actually,
I was gonna say, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's it for the news.
that's good news.
Yeah, so we can talk about stuff we watched, and I think we'll start with some movies. And Sunny, that's
watch Spider-Man.
the 2000.
Across the Spider. I plan on rewatching the
Into the
Spider-Verse one
metaverse.
again. All-time classic. I enjoyed the film so much more the second. It went from, what did I give it? Like a 9? I probably gave it a 9 or something. So my rewatching this time has been like a 10. I just saw so much more.
Oh yeah, it's fair because you'd be watching it going like, yeah, there's no. I mean, there's no. It doesn't end.
That was my complaint.
Oh, which
Everyone's
reminds me,
complaint.
actually, in terms of news, you know how they're like, oh, this movie's coming out. The second one's coming out in less than a year. Then everyone was kind of like, that seems like a bit of bullshit. It seems like a bit of bullshit. People from the animation team were like, we're not gonna be able to finish this in a fucking year.
Wait, who said it?
The animation.
No, before that. Who
Oh,
said
just
that?
like people were like thinking that's a bit weird that because like
Yeah.
to make a movie, an animated movie of this caliber, like this one took like years and years and years to come out.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way that making a whole other, because apparently they have barely even started work on the second. Like,
It's fair,
according
it's
to some
fair.
sources within the animation team, allegedly.
Yeah.
There's like, yeah.
Well, that's to be expected. Well, the question was like, who perpetuated this rumor beforehand?
Not sure. But I did. I
Yes.
assume it's probably Twitter. Remember
Oh,
Twitter, the
Twitter,
old
yes.
the old platform for mostly stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems
But
like we're probably gonna have to wait longer. Which, yeah, because otherwise that would probably be like really bad crunch on the employees. But it's
Yeah.
okay. Animation is free. Animation is free. It's fine.
Yeah. Do not trust in misinformation on the internet, kids.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, we'll
Yeah.
see what becomes.
What edit did you see? Or did you notice?
What I just
Because
Oh,
there's
Oh yeah,
I
there's
know everything going
multiple.
in.
There's multiple versions on it.
apparently so.
all true, but I think I saw the same.
Mm.
But I still just like
You would have
I've
seen the
noticed it.
audio fixed one though. That's what you would have.
Okay.
Because back when it launched, some of the audio was a little fucked, I think. And then they had to. That's why there are multiple versions out as well. I think they updated some of the visual stuff, but like mainly they'll fix the audio issue.
What was the thing?
Like a
about
video
the
game
audio?
patch.
Yeah, it's not fun. Movies can be patched now.
Yeah, they do that with literally every movie though. It's usually just like VFX.
Yeah.
Like, do you
But
remember
that-
like No Way Home came out with artificial
Mm.
VFX?
But no one really makes a fuss of it
Cats.
until this time.
That was the biggest one because I can't remember which. I saw the fixed CGI version, I think, but it came out and then they were like, "Fuck, we have to do it again." And then
Yeah.
a week later, they re.
So back in the day, if they want to have a patch, they'll have to fix it for the Blu-ray or the DVD
Yeah,
if they're still using like reels and shit. But now you just send hard drives. to
but not
cinemas.
Oppenheimer. That's one
No.
that
Oh,
that's
yes.
on the real. You know,
Still on the reel.
I
Instagram
don't
reel.
think I caught
Serial.
the audio issue. But
I
don't know.
think I had audio issues. What I remember.
I
that was
had
something I
audio
think I
issues
brought
of
up.
the cinema. Cinema audio for that theater was out.
Yeah.
The one of the speakers would play earlier than the other. So
that's
anytime there was
funny.
anything like distinctly percussive but like isolated, yeah,
Like a delay pedal
but like
on the one
not
speaker.
it's not phasey. Like long things will sound phasey,
Yeah.
but then like anything like hi hats or snares, you'll just hear the flam.
Okay, it
and,
just
like-
has a delay.
And like at some points it adds mid range to the voice. The voice is more prominent, but then anything else.
Sure, it
took me
wasn't
away.
worse than my Little Mermaid viewing session though, where the speakers weren't even near me. The speakers were coming from in front of you, and to be like,
Stereo. I was just in a regular surround. But I was with my friend who studied animation, and they were
Mm.
just coming the entire time.
Yeah, that's not nice for the cleaners.
Oh, it's
As long as you keep it in there.
cool.
Anyway, moving on from talking about a kids movie like that. Other things that I watched stuff. I watched Temple of Doom. I watched The Last Crusade, and I watched Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. And I feel like it's very important that I watched Kingdom of the Crystal Skull because we got a lot of stuff to compare. That's like
That's
notoriously the really
based
bad one.
That's the one I watched as a kid. I was like, damn,
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Indiana.
Like
No,
it's
I
not
liked
it's
it.
not the
So I was
worst
like,
thing. Upon watching it, I was like, I see why people hated it. Because like people like fans of the franchise like hate it with a passion. Whereas me, who's like, I'm not a huge like I wasn't a diehard fan of the franchise. I just watched them and I was like, this one, it feels quite different to the other ones, but it's not too bad. And then this one was the new one, and people were like, is it better or worse than Crystal Skull? And we'll tell you. We'll tell you. Straight up. We'll tell you. Because I believe it is time for. Oh, I'll just give my thoughts on the movies that I watched. Sorry. Temple of Doom, pretty good. Super racist. Has not aged well at all.
Yo, base.
And that's why they made Last Crusade, like to cap off the trilogy, but also to make up for
To be less racist.
to be like, yeah, sorry about the last movie. Which Last Crusade is my favorite Indiana Jones movie. And then Crystal Skull, I thought was way too. It was. I know this is gonna sound weird, but it was too silly for me. It was just too silly, and yeah, it definitely has a more like kid-like feel to it. Where the other ones are more adult movies, this one's more like.
But the aliens, bruh.
Oh yeah, that was so.
I thought it was cool as a kid.
The reliance on CGI in the movie is so bad. Like, I think you probably are misremembering the. You probably
That's
thought
the
this.
only Indiana Jones movie I've watched.
I think if you
before the newest one.
Really,
Yeah,
you haven't seen the originals.
I've seen like parts of it back in the day.
But you know what, like an Indiana Jones movie looks like, because like
Yeah,
Crystal Skull doesn't really look like, because it's just like so much CGI.
Yeah.
Whereas like Indiana Jones, the practical stuff is really good,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, and Shia LaBeouf is just the worst. Which is, we'll talk more about some stuff to do with that in this movie, but yeah. But yeah, I didn't think Crystal Skull was that bad. I thought it had its moments. The CGI wasn't good. The alien, I liked it up to a certain point. It just gets a bit too ridiculous and like towards the end, and we lost it. But yeah. Anyway, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this film is directed by a new person. It's not Steven Spielberg.
Hey.
It's actually James Mangold, who people may know from a lot of things, but like, I guess to us, Ford v Ferrari, Logan, the Wolverine, that's kind of stuff that we've probably seen. Cool guy.
Logan.
It stars Harrison Ford, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Mads Mikkelsen,
Daddy.
the villain from Logan's in it. I can't remember his name. It's like Boyd something, I believe, but he's in it, and probably other people as well. There probably are other people in this movie, I assume. Anyway, what are our first impressions?
I thought, hey, look at the Nazis. They be Naziing around.
Oh yeah, this is the first time you've seen a Nazi. Is that true? Because you haven't seen the other ones.
I haven't seen
You've only seen the
OGs
Russians
in
for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. Kate Blanchett doing a Russian accent throughout that entire movie. Because she's the villain of the Crystal Skull.
Yeah.
Basically. Anyway. Yeah.
You don't know.
Oh wait, sorry. What was your actual? Sorry, he didn't actually give an impression.
Kind of fun. Yeah. I like it. It's Indiana Jones and him just being older man. Yeah. It really do be the thing of old man pulled out of retirement moment.
Yeah.
Really
to do one last job. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he keeps saying like the Nazis. He's a Nazi. Look at the Nazi.
Yeah, because they're
the Nazis. Yes. I thought that was funny.
It sounds like you've literally never heard of a Nazi in your life.
It sounds like Harrison Ford needs to emphasize every time there's a Nazi. So all right.
Yeah, because they're not.
Yeah, but I know they're Nazis, bro. They have a fucking symbol on them.
No, they don't.
Well, earlier did,
Okay, well, yeah, I think he's gonna.
but
Let's
later
not
on they
spoil
also
stuff.
did, bro.
Oh, and that stuff is based on a true story.
Harrison Ford saved.
Nah, you
World
know
War
about
II?
the whole post World War II, the Nazis joined the space program.
Oh yeah, because they got hired by
Yeah.
the US. There's
Like
just the
a
scientist,
very
bruh.
notorious Nazi. I can't remember his name, but like was hired. That's the
Mhm.
sorry, that's the
Yeah.
direct. So
Yeah.
good job, US government.
Play.
Also, the Russian government. They hire German scientists because what else they gonna do? Fucking die? No, we're gonna take them.
Yeah.
Which is mad. Unless they're Nazis.
They
Which
were
they were.
Nazis, yeah.
But you never know. They said they aren't anymore.
No, they were. That was the whole. That's the whole.
that's
That's
the
what
whole-
I'm trying to say.
Yes.
A second
In real, I'm
chance,
talking about the real life
maybe.
story,
Yeah.
and like a notorious Nazi was. That's what why they made
Mhm.
this. Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
The but is your brain just tuned to Nazis, sex, and
Why
drugs?
is
What's this generalization about me?
yeah, bro? Where's
It's
this
not a
coming from,
generalization;
man?
it's fact.
Okay.
I would say no, but you know, each to their own. Each to their own.
Head.
That's what you are thinking of all the time.
That's me trying to trigger a response from you.
Well, I would like some head, but
See?
that's not appropriate right now.
That
we're
wasn't
in a, we're in a
appropriate, mate.
conversation.
We're in a conversation right now, man.
Neo.
Tokyo.
Um,
Neo
Are
Yokio.
we playing a game of guess the
Is
word?
this your first impressions of this
can
movie,
I play a
mate?
game? I can do it.
Shaggy?
I can't do it. I don't know. I felt this film in my understanding of Indiana Jones films. It was.
There were
Fun
no
as
Russians
they
in this
say.
movie,
I
despite
know.
what
We
you're
were talking
leading.
about Russians before, so I thought I
That's
could
Crystal
lose the
Skull, but
edge.
sure.
Very well. I don't know. Fuck me. No, that's fun.
Yeah.
I haven't watched any of the other. I don't. I know I've watched Indiana Jones' films. I just don't have them in my memory. Right. I probably watched them on TV when I was young. So, but you know, from pretty much a first impression.
All right. So I have seen all of them.
Yes, you have.
Did I like it? But I'm not sure you guys are aware of the current internet. Like, there's been a lot of
Discourse.
the thing. Like, the discourse is like not really discourse. It's like it's like the typical YouTubers you would think are making the typical YouTube videos about this movie because of perhaps there is a character in this movie of a certain gender persuasion that is maybe playing a prominent role in the film.
I know a good thing to represent that if you've watched the latest It's Always Sunny podcast. They were
I
talking
haven't.
about a particular episode. It was the episode where Mac and Charlie pitches a movie to Dennis.
Yeah.
And then there's the scene where they're like, "Oh, we're not gonna have women in there because I hate women."
Well, actually, this movie genuinely reminded me of an It's Always Sunny episode.
Yeah.
There's an episode of It's Always Sunny where the gang has to like test audience watch, I think, a parody of Indiana Jones or something.
Ah.
And
Eh.
I was very afraid that was what they were going to do. At a certain point, there's a character moment where I thought something was going to happen. It didn't. So, and I thought it was going to go in that direction. Or where they actually, it's kind of spoiled if I even mention. But this movie did remind me of that thing, but they didn't go in that direction. Then I was happy. So it was okay. But anyway.
So the discourse is some people hate women.
Yeah, some people hate women. That's kind of the main thing. This movie has a really high audience score on Rotten Tomatoes and stuff, though. So, like, I'm pretty sure the actual fans of the franchise like the movie. Is what I'm understanding. So, I know people are saying it's divisive when it's not really that divisive. That's the kind of
the
point I'm
female
getting
lead
at.
was good.
Yeah. We'll get more into that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, for my opinion, I think this movie is fine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's great. I don't think it's bad. And here's why, right?
Get into it.
I really like Harrison Ford in this movie. He's great. He's back. Loved it. I really like the villain of this movie. personally, I don't really care that much for the Indiana Jones villains in the past. Hot take, I know, but I really like Mads Mikkelsen in this movie.
But they're Russian
What?
and Russian bad
Who's Russian?
villains of the past.
No, he's fought the Nut. You mean the one movie that dealt with Russian?
Yeah, because you talk about villains of the past, right?
Yeah, the Nazis. That's right.
Which include the Russian. Are you talking about the past movies or just
all
past
of the movies,
chronicle?
just the past
origin?
movies. Yeah,
No, yeah. Which
not the
includes the
last.
Russians.
Sure, it includes the specific Russian, right? The main
Yes,
villain.
Mr. Russian.
And a person doing blackface in the Temple of Doom. Fun fact.
Ooh.
Anyway, this I thought I really liked the villain. I wasn't a huge fan of the story though, mainly because it felt like stuff that we've already done in the past few movies. I thought this story was like tropey as hell up until a point where they do a pretty good twist that I like.
Mhm.
There are aspects of the ending that I didn't like, but I like the very last scene of this movie. The very last scene of this movie kind of got me emotionally, I must confess. Though I did not feel like it deserved it with the lead up to it. And I'll have to explain in detail in spoilers. But
Excellently put.
yeah. I don't think this movie really justifies its existence still. However, I liked it a lot more than Crystal Skull, by which this movie is like pretty grounded with its supernatural stuff, but not to the extent of Alien and like swinging on a Tarzan monkey roping while monkeys are chasing through a jungle, right? And like a bunch of fire ants eating a person. It feels a bit more grounded and stuff, but yeah, I like that.
It's not
overall, I think this movie was kind of mid to good. That's kind of where I'm at with it. Probably won't watch it again, but like, I think it's worth watching purely if you're into Indiana Jones and you just want to see Harrison Ford return. That's kind of like, I feel like the main selling point for this movie because I think he's really, really good in it. And yes, I feel okay on it.
Cool.
Now we can talk more specifics, right? Talk about some acting because I feel like acting is kind of a strength of this movie.
Yeah.
So Harrison Ford's good. I think Phoebe Waller-Bridge is good.
Mid too. Kid's alright.
Kid's alright. Sure.
Villain Man's pretty
cool.
cool.
I love Mads Mikkelsen. He's great in literally everything he does.
Daddy,
yeah. He's also like one of my all-time favorite video game. I was gonna say villains, but he's not really a villain in that.
What
In
game
Death
he in?
Stranding.
Oh, yeah.
He's actually more of a daddy in that one.
I have that game. I should play
He
it.
got me emotional in that game, man. I love the guy. He's also Hannibal. So yeah. I liked the dude from Logan. He's not given much to do, but he's pretty good in it. Yeah. So we all like the acting,
Good acting, you know, nothing better.
All right, and let's talk a bit about the writing.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
There is elements of the writing that I did like. I liked how I felt like I don't know how to explain it, but I felt like things weren't always spelt out to you exactly how characters were feeling. And I feel like you kind of had to figure out based on context clues. And they'll say stuff, but they won't say like, in comparison to a recent show we watched, perhaps, called The Idol, in which they'd say, in the final episode, they go, "We did this. Haha, we won. They'd say like literally everything they're thinking and explain the plot. I feel like this movie doesn't do that. And I think it works really good, especially in regards to the villain. Because the twist kind of, I won't spoil it, but like it kind of works with you inferring what he's going to do and him not doing it, which is kind of cool. And I like that. And yeah, it also leads to some like pretty emotionally powerful parts with Indiana Jones. There's a scene on a boat where he's talking about some past trauma that we won't address yet. And I thought that was pretty heartfelt. Yeah, I thought that the dialogue and stuff was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
My main issue with the writing, though, is apart from like the end is something we should just talk about in spoilers because like kind of just like the last act was a little bit messy for me. But like just in regards to the way the plot is structured, it's a lot of character goes to place. Oh, and the villains are here. Then they'll go to another place, and and the villains are here. And them not being prepared that the villains are right there behind them the entire time because that's just the way the movie is going. It's like, damn, how did I foresee that the villains would be right behind them in the next place? And I thought it got a bit too old, especially when I think this is the longest Indiana Jones movie, and I think around 2 hours and 20.
Exactly.
Which is, I think, perfect amount of time. 20 minutes could have been cut out. I think there's too many locations. Probably could have stuck to a couple, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and I guess just as a general nitpick, I don't know if it's really spoilers. Maybe it is spoilers. I was going to say time doesn't work like that, but I guess we should talk about that in spoilers.
Man.
We'll talk about that in spoilers. Some of the logic doesn't make complete sense, and especially just because the way characters will do things at the end of the movie to justify because of things that they think are, I guess, morally right in the state of the world that they're living. I don't know how to be raw without talking about the big thing that happens in the movie, but their logic doesn't make sense, and so the actions they take didn't feel justified to me because the logic that they established wasn't. Yeah, that's really hard to say. We'll move on. Do you guys have other writing stuff? Oh, there's a new character in this, which is the goddaughter of Indiana Jones, the Phoebe Waller-Bridges character, who the people on YouTube are like, woman don't like. Before seeing the movie, might I add.
Oh, just
one's talking. No one's actually. I noticed that no one's really angry about the movie post watching it. Other than people being mad about like some story decisions, but no one's really mad about her, unless it was mostly before that. Yeah.
I thought they had a good dynamic.
Yeah. However, I thought it was just too similar to what they were doing in Crystal Skull. I've already seen Indiana Jones do the whole father-child thing.
Yeah.
And I felt like it was just too similar. Not that his son's personality is anything similar to her, because I really liked her personality. It's just like she's like made to be not a likable person, which is really interesting. Then she grows throughout the movie.
Yes.
And maybe becomes a nicer person at the end. I don't know. We'll see. Spoilers. But I like that. It's just that like I've kind of seen the father-son dynamic before, and I'm seeing a kind of father-daughter thing. And it works to develop Indy sort of, because he has to kind of. It's a very cliched story of like he's old man and he's grumpy, and then through kid, I guess, becomes nice again. Sort of, but I don't know if it completely works. Yeah. Oh, also in terms of Indiana Jones's characterization movie, it's the exact same as Han Solo in Force Awakens, without spoiling anything because we can't. But he's old man. Something has happened that I won't get into, and that's kind of the result of how he is. But I thought like he was more excited. Like maybe it's in Force Awakens, like stuff. Pretty much the exact same stuff has happened to Indiana Jones that has happened to him in Han Solo in Force Awakens. At least to where he is at the start of that movie. But he's still doing stuff.
Yeah.
He's still going around with Chewbacca and doing some shit. In this one, he's kind of not. He goes up to a neighbor and goes, "Oh, you stopped playing the Beatles, mate." Do you remember that? And I was like, yeah. He's a little bit like
that's
less
he's
interesting.
Divorced, bruh.
That was the spoiler I was trying to avoid.
No,
Thank
but that's
you.
not the main spoiler.
Yeah, okay, we'll
Right?
cut that part out because I feel like that's a spoiler.
100%.
Yeah.
But who cares about why?
Okay, once again, we have to cut. Are you going to stop talking?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. So from here. All right. Yeah, so he's like Han Solo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which we'll talk more about spoilers because I could talk about the exact comparison between him and Han Solo that happens in the movie. But yeah.
All I'll
Do
add
you
to
guys
the
have
writing
any? Yeah.
is just that what probably kept me like remained interested in the film and just enjoying it was just the fact that the tropiness was balanced out by classic Indiana Jones, really. Or like fun stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what happened.
I thought it was. I don't know. For me, I wasn't really impressed with like the action and
But also,
stuff
I've
as
never
much.
don't remember what.
But like you'd still know from just general knowledge, like the giant boulder and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
I feel like this movie doesn't have any of that.
That's the Nazi
There's
stuff.
like one part which there's like a chase through the city.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
kind of it. I feel the only really
Mm.
Oh, I forgot to mention. Okay, the movie starts. I feel like the start of the movie is really really good. Where
There's
there's a
another
big
one.
flashback segment,
Nobody.
except for one really distracting thing that I guess. Oh, it was in the trailer actually. There's a CGI Indiana Jones. How did I forget to mention that? That part I found really distracting.
Cause he young and
Because I was thinking to myself while watching it, is that a de-aged man or is that just a complete CGI person? Because I know for some shots definitely would have to have been a CGI person because they're just running and jumping like a fucking video game character. It doesn't even work with like it didn't look real at all. And also he had the voice of Indiana Jones, an 80-year-old man, which I just thought was very funny.
oh yeah.
But like other than that, like the actual sequences I thought was incredible. I thought it was really good. Unfortunately, I think it set the bar a bit too high. I don't think
For
the movie
everything else.
it reaches like that much
Yeah,
Indiana
yeah.
Jones-ness. Which is, but still, the CGI was like really distracting. I should probably like that's kind of a negative.
Maybe it's also to show that he's past his prime, man, so he can't reach that level again.
Yeah,
You know.
I mean, he does constantly reference that throughout the movie.
Yeah.
He goes, "Ow, my back.
I'm
Why am I on the
old.
swole?" Stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's fine, I guess. I don't know, because I mean, that's the other thing, right? Indiana Jones' story has ended twice before. We got the conclusion with The Last Crusade, then we got another conclusion again with Crystal Skull, and now we're getting another conclusion. And once again, I really like the last scene of this movie. I thought it was beautiful, but then I don't know. I don't feel like this. There are stuff that actually happens in the third act that is cool for Indiana Jones, I guess. Spoilers. Move past it. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
All right. So we talked about the writing,
Yeah.
cinematography,
Cinematography.
and it's pretty good looking.
Yes. Right.
Bit too much CG though.
Mm.
Yeah, I miss the days of practical stuff. Like, there's a sequence. Okay, there's like. See, this is another thing. Like, you guys wouldn't understand some stuff because you're just not Indiana Jones people.
Is
But
it
like,
better than the Crystal
each movie
Skulls,
has
though?
a particular sequence that'll involve something to do with creatures,
Yeah.
and this movie has it, but it completely fell flat for me because they weren't real. Which I know is a really
Yes.
weird thing, but in the first three movies, they use real creatures, and it's fucking freaky.
Because they
And it
have
scares the
animal
shit out of
rights
you.
activists now, bro. They can't do that shit.
Nah, I don't think it wasn't like animal abuse. It was just like animals being on set.
Yeah, but then they have to pay the animal unions, which they don't want to do.
Well, yeah, they did it in those days.
Yeah, because they didn't have a union.
Well,
Now they do.
yeah, but like still. Well, they weren't ever. They were never gonna. I don't think they would have been. I don't know. Either way, they could have just done it practically.
They could.
Yeah.
But that's just more costs.
But who cares if you're gonna do it the right way? Do you know about the origin story of how they
yo.
made this movie? They're like, oh, let's put out this shit sequel And then the
Mhm.
director was like, "This is shit. Give me a year and I'm gonna rewrite this." And they were
Mm.
like, "That's gonna cost too much." And like, "Fine, we'll let you do it."
They forgot about it.
Yeah.
Forgot about the animal.
Anyway, yeah. That's also the other thing a lot of people have been complaining about, and I kind of agree. There's like no horror in this one. And Indiana
True.
Jones is pretty known for its like horror
The
stuff,
jump scares.
or just like the freaky stuff that they do. Like Temple of Doom, especially, that was a freaky ass movie. They ripped people's hearts out. Temple of Doom was the movie that introduced that, and Gremlins introduced the PG-13 rating into the American. True story.
But you know
'Cause it
what's
was
really
too dark.
scary? Racism. That was the scary bit.
Was it
Well,
the
Nazis.
Nazis? Yeah. Yeah.
That was the message all along.
But yeah, I didn't find this movie very not very scary. And yeah, that the sequence there's a sequence with creatures in this one that I was very disappointed by. No, honestly, like why? In Crystal Skull, I'm pretty sure from what I remember, the sequence with Scorpion. I think it was real Scorpion. This is and this is like 2008. Like, yeah,
Could have done fake Scorpion.
yeah, but why would you when you? And it looks, it's just yeah, things look better when they're real. Otherwise, you end up with CGI monkeys, like just
Yeah.
whatever they did.
Yeah. Through that, main. Does that include in our editing and visuals talk?
Yeah.
I guess it's all a big
Yeah.
thing at this point. It's not
There
really
you go.
just too much CGI.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we talked about CGI. Harrison Ford.
Did you find it distracting?
Well, I kind of already knew beforehand, like, oh, this is gonna be CGI. So
Well, yeah, we knew from the trailers and stuff, but
yeah, so I sort of kind of just had that in mind
gosh,
while watching, so I didn't like focus on it too much. I just focused on what's happening, you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
So just like like when I first saw it in the movie, I was like, oh, this is pretty good. But it's just like when he started doing anything, like he'd make weird facial like twitches and stuff. And also the voice is very clearly an 80-year-old man as well, which honestly just made me chuckle. Oh, they also used the Wilhelm scream in this.
They do.
Yeah, and that made me do a little giggle. Because they do that in all.
Yeah.
What about you? Find it distracting?
Yeah. Well, I knew that it.
But then they could have just deep faked them.
Well, they
Combination.
used a body double, like a younger actor.
But then they made them CGI. Then what's the point of having the body double?
I assume.
Well, just
I
mapping
think
face to face.
yeah, and I think parts of it when he's doing action and stuff, I think it's just a pure CGI model from just because like at least from far away shots stuff when he's doing like leaps and stuff, it's like oh I don't think that's a real person.
Yeah.
I might be wrong, but Disney's never going to release a thing of behind the scenes about this. But yeah.
Well, that's how it is.
There's a second sequence that uses CGI Harrison Ford, but it looks much better because it's closer to his actual current age. Yeah. I thought, yeah. That was...
All right. Shall we go to
Spoilers.
we
Oh,
haven't talked
sound
about
and...
sound shit.
Yo, John Williams. I feel like that's also one of the stronger points. Just like John Williams.
He's there, yeah.
Yeah.
Always
Back
comes
with
through.
the G.
Score's great.
Ooh. That man gets paid a lot.
Yeah, he's also really old.
He is old.
How old is he? Like 90?
Older than Harrison Ford, I think.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. He's living the life.
Still making music. When's he gonna retire? Never.
Never.
Yeah.
Until he can't kiss anymore. Probably. Good on him.
It's John Williams, but spelled with an AI. AI John Williams.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
true. Well, they got enough John Williams music to make an AI thing, probably. But
Yeah.
probably sound shit.
Yeah.
Be a shit. Spoiler zone.
All right, spoilers then. All right. So I guess first thing we can the start sequence, right? It's this big. He's captured by the Nazis.
Mm-hmm.
Then he manages to escape, and they're doing a big heist on this train for this item. But actually, the item that they're looking for is fake, and the item they end up finding is the half of the dial. I can't remember the dial's name. Yeah,
Mm.
That fella that does maths.
you get to see also CGI man. I think it's CGI. He just I don't know. He I thought it was pretty. He looked young.
Glasses.
He looked good.
Yeah. Younger at least.
Yeah.
So all the clothes.
And they're like, wow. Imagine if we had the second half, JK, and then they jump off the
But the
train.
what if?
Yeah.
Yeah, they jump off the train, they leave Nazi.
Then you get flash forward into the present of the movie, which is actually 1969, the year of the spaceman and the Beatles.
Mm-hmm. And the Bruce Springsteen song.
Yeah. And the CIA coming to your house.
Oh.
Oh, and I think JFK got assassinated at some point. Yeah, I thought when they hijacked that car, it's gonna be JFK in the parade,
No,
but no, he wasn't there.
that would have been a funny moment.
Yeah,
But yeah, Harrison. Well, I mean, Indiana Jones. He old grumpy man. Why is he old and grumpy? Because he's getting divorced,
Oh.
yeah.
and his son is dead. Which many people would be like,
Funny.
ha ha ha, Shia LaBeouf. You know the funny beef about. You know the thing about. All right, so Shia LaBeouf was like, yeah, Crystal Skull kind of fucking sucked or whatever. But I take accountability for my acting in that. I did a bad job. And Steven Spielberg was like, fuck you. And then Harrison Ford was like, this man, very talented, but he's a dumb cunt. And then, like, we're never having him back again.
So he
And they
said,
just
"Fuck
killed his
you,
character.
you did very well."
Well, Harrison Ford, he's not going to say straight up, fuck you. He's going to be like,
No,
he's a good actor.
Spielberg.
He's not gonna
Oh,
straight
yeah,
up
Steven
fuck
Spielberg
you.
was just
He's
like,
gonna
fuck you, yeah.
Well, fuck you, because you
I
did
think.
good in
Oh,
this
terrible.
movie.
I'm so sorry, guys.
I don't know.
Because like Shia LaBeouf said, I did shit.
I think Shia LaBeouf also mentioned, like, the CGI was bad. Like,
Yeah.
basically all the stuff that people don't like Chris Skull for.
Stop trying to please the people, Mr. Buff. LaBeouf.
But yeah. Anyway, I think it's funny they killed him off screen, but it makes for a really emotional scene later in the movie that I felt really worked. But anyway, point being, you know what that storyline is awfully similar to? Certain space-faring individual who has a Chewbacca, right? This certain figure. I'm not
Has
sure
a
if you know
furry
him.
friend.
He has a son too, a son that he perhaps also lost to the dark side, and then a wife that perhaps also divorced him. It's the exact same fucking story.
Wow, it's like they were
It's
made
like
by
two
the same
Disney.
production
It's
company.
like it was made by the exact same production company because it was. So yeah. So very similar vibe, but just a lot. I felt like just a lot grumpier. I feel like Han Solo was grumpy, but like he was still having some adventures. He was doing some criminal shit or something.
But because like Indy's stuck in academia, that's the word. And academia sucks.
He's been in
balls.
academia for the entire franchise. That's his
but like he gets to go on
passion, bro.
adventures. Now he just looks at the classroom and be like, look at this photograph.
Yeah. But I feel like that part, I think, good choice because at the end he's ultimately rewarded for that because he gets to go visit that past and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is honestly very cool.
What a fucking nerd.
Yeah. One of the stuff we can talk about spoilers. I like how that small child that they team up with kills a man and drowns him underwater.
That's fun.
That was pretty fun. Oh, you get a few returning faces, right?
Yeah.
You get a few people from Raiders. I think it was Raiders. That one dude I can't remember his name, but he's in there for no real reason other than fan service. And you also got Antonio Banderas as the ship dude, also kind of for no reason. Fan service.
Los Bandoleros.
Those parts, honestly, didn't really work for me. I was like, fuck, it's member berries, bro.
Well, they there.
They were there.
Yeah. What's some other spoiler stuff? Want to talk about timey-wimey business?
Oh, yeah. So, the kind of like, so it's a time travel device, right? Well, not
Yeah.
exactly. It's a find a rift in time and then you can travel through it. Like a
Not time
compass.
travel device.
So a time travel device. And then kind of throughout the movie, you're led to you infer that bad Nazi man is going to get the device, go back in time, and help Hitler win the war or whatever.
Revive the glory
But
of
then
Germany.
He was gonna
the
assassinate
twist,
Hitler and take his place.
yes, the twist of the movie is he's going to actually assassinate Hitler and take his place,
Right.
which I thought was a great twist.
Oh god,
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Which is revealed right at the last minute, by the way. He's like, "Oh, actually, that's what I'm gonna do." And I'm like, "Okay, very cool."
If Hitler
Yeah.
couldn't do it, he could.
Yeah. So the way they establish time travel in this movie is basically a closed loop, right?
Mm.
And like, basically, if something's happened, it's already happened. It's a done deal. You can't change the past.
Yeah.
So he was never the bad guy was never going to win. That was impossible to happen, and
Yeah.
Indy knows that towards the end. And then here's my problem, right? We've got Phoebe Bridges' character. I can't remember. Eleanor, that's it. We should probably talk a bit more about like her and who she is. She's the stepdaughter of a new character introduced at the flashback sequence.
Yeah.
Start, who went mad over the dial, which once again just gave me flashbacks. I mean, not flashbacks. Reminded me of Indiana Jones, his dad, in
Forda.
in Last Crusade, how he was kind of obsessed with finding a thing, which was the Grail, and also like in the Crystal Skull, there was a dude who went crazy over a thing. It just feels like a lot of the same things. I was kind of like a little bit sick of it at that point. Felt like too samey. And they did like they were starting off to do interesting things because they had like the Nazis had infiltrated the CIA. That was a pretty big deal. That's never really brought up. Nothing happens with that. They're just like they're there. Cool.
Yeah. Well,
they even show they like highlight this lady that's working for the CIA, and she has nothing to fucking do. Whether she's gonna realize that they're Nazis, they just kill her, bro. She could have like teamed up with Indiana or something, but like nah, they don't really do anything with
they
that.
want to demonstrate that they're racist. They killed her. Just to make sure you understand.
I feel like I understood that they were Nazis. I got.
Yeah, but they want to make sure, so they gotta kill her off.
But I don't know. I just felt like because they spent like a decent time at the start showing her perspective of things.
Yeah,
it's like,
true.
What are you gonna do with it? Nothing. Okay, cool.
That is a bit of a funny thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Helena's whole deal is she kind of sells black market
trinkets,
items and stuff. And I was like, damn, very cool.
She's a hustler, you know.
You're a hustler, and I respect that, bro. I actually genuinely like that aspect. I was like, that's pretty cool.
I thought you were gonna say I genuinely sell things on the black market too.
Me too, bro. Yeah. And she will develop throughout the movie to be like, hey, maybe she does better. And I feel like her anger towards Indiana Jones is justified as well because he's quite literally her godfather. And after her father died, he was meant to take care of her, but he didn't.
Hey.
Which once again reminds me of the whole deadbeat dad thing from Crystal Skull. It's the same fucking thing. It's just like,
but there is no obligations as a godfather, bro.
Yeah, it's not really binding.
Doing it in name, or are you just doing it in respect? It just kind of depends, you know.
I don't know. But he did go. He did go. He admitted that he was wrong, right?
Yeah.
But yeah. One other stuff. Yeah, so it's just like basically the entire movie is just like a race to see who gets the dial thing first.
Mm-hmm.
And then yeah, things go on until kind of I guess the end point where Indiana Jones gets shot. Where was he shot? In the shoulder, apparently. That's what they
Somewhere.
say in the movie, in the shoulder. When it's clearly his chest, might I add.
It's pretty close to the shoulder.
Which, yeah, I guess pretty close to the shoulder. But yeah, this man is just like dying throughout the movie. But like not even quickly, it's just a slow state of dying.
Painful death.
Yeah, and he doesn't really have anything to do in the third act.
Dying.
Other than dying. In fact, the only person who has something to do in the third act, kinda, is the kid flying the fucking plane.
Yeah.
Because the Nazis essentially they fuck up and miscalculate that the continental drift, right?
Yeah.
Because over the years, whatever, and they miscalculate and they end up going back to the past, which is what's meant to happen anyway because it's a closed loop. And then they're defeated by the bloody.
To the Greeks or different.
Was they the Romans?
I feel like the guy's Greek because like
I don't remember.
he's a
it was the Battle of
man.
Syracuse.
Maybe it was Greek. Yeah. Whatever Archimedes
And
is from.
stress again,
Yeah.
the kid flying fucking plane.
Yeah. Oh, the kid who just like doesn't know how to fly a plane, but just picks it up, I guess.
And, you know, you gotta learn somehow. Go vroom vroom.
Go vroom vroom. Yeah. So then you get to the end, and Indiana's just like, I kind of want to stay here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for a second, I thought he was gonna do it, and I thought he was gonna like pass on the torch of his role to her or something. And that was reminding me of that role of that fucking episode of bloody. No, when he got shot was when I thought he was gonna straight up die, and then that she would have to become the next Indiana Jones, like that episode of It's Always Sunny was parodying. And I was like, oh my god, is it genuinely a thing? But no, it wasn't. But he goes back and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna stay here. And which I'm happy that he didn't. Like, it was good that he learns that like he needs to be, in reality, back to, I guess, back as Indiana. You know that thing she's Marion says at the end, but her argument doesn't make any sense. She goes, "Oh, you will fuck up time or something." No, he won't. If you leave him here, it's already happened. Nothing. You can't change the past.
Yeah.
So that entire moment, I feel that is enough to ruin the moment completely for me. I'm like, because her argument just doesn't make any fucking sense.
She's probably just making things up to make him leave.
I guess so, but like, he's not given a choice as well. He's like knocked out, I guess.
Well, also, if it's a loop, does that mean he was meant to go to the past?
Yes. Everything that's happened is meant to happen. It's in the script, bro.
Then, like,
in the script of time,
Archimedes do be trolling a little bit.
So if he does stay, it would mess up the loop.
No, it wouldn't, because you can't mess it up.
Yes, but they went anyway, so that means they were meant to go back.
Yeah, everything's meant to happen. But no. Okay, look, if he stayed in the past, right? But then he was meant to stay in the past.
Yes.
And then that would be fine.
She knows the script, bro.
She knows the script of the movie, bro. Yeah. She saw through the... Yeah. So anyway, her point of saying, if you stay in the past, it'll mess things up. No, it won't. Because if he stayed in the past and she didn't disappear, then that's just what's meant to happen.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like the Nazis got sent back in the past because that's meant to happen. They're never meant to win the war. That's like the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And Indy knows this, right? That's why it's like
a very existential question that I have, because I think about destiny a lot.
But have you ever thought about the people writing the script of your life? Because that's what
I do, in fact.
Oh,
I do think
maybe
about
it's me, bro.
See, you write your own script to life, my guy.
Yes,
mm-hmm.
But it's also dictated
by who?
There's only
by
one.
Destiny.
I believe in just the one time, and I don't believe in them.
Yes,
but do you believe in destiny?
If that's destiny, then
yeah. Well, because at least the way that this movie could have put destiny is like because they almost gave him choice within the destiny loop thing, but then they just straight up didn't by having her clock him.
Yeah.
And like, because yeah, the idea is like, what's happened's just meant to happen.
Mhm.
So you can still make choices. It's just that your choices are, I guess, what's meant to happen. But who cares? Because they're still your choices you're making. It's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
It's a
Which is
paradox.
Like, it
which is
doesn't
the
really-
conflict that I live with, and
Yeah.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, that's kinda-
why this film I just realized is how I live my entire life.
But then this movie directly told you, no,
Mhm.
you don't get a choice in that. So
Yeah.
that's the.
Which
That's
is
kind of
also
where
what I live with.
Yeah. Yeah. So my point is, what she said didn't make sense unless she knew the script of the movie specifically. Yeah. And then, so she takes him back to the present, right?
Yes.
And here's where, like, it kind of annoys me that the ending was great, but also terrible. Because their marriage is just resolved like that.
Marriage.
She says to him, Indy, are you back? Like he's fucking John Wick. And he goes, yeah, I'm starting to think I'm back.
That was an awesome
Yeah.
impression.
Thank you. But yeah,
That is a good parallel.
I don't think think that's how the things should have resolved. I don't really, because they wrote themselves into a bit of a hole here. They're like, we have to resolve the divorce now because he introduced it as kind of also just a way of killing off his son, but also to explain why he's grumpy. A bunch of things, right?
Yeah.
Also, we're just copying Star Wars. That's probably the notes as well. But I felt like it didn't really. I guess he's back in terms of he's a bit more. He's not really the grumpy dude at the start, right? I don't think it's
Less
super
grumpy.
organic though. I think it's kind of.
I don't know.
It
I
kind of
don't
just
know.
happened. And I don't think he doesn't come to learn anything because he still thinks that he has no place and he should have stayed in the past, right? And he doesn't get that choice to learn and then make the decision to return to the present. He just gets fucking knocked out,
Because that's what's meant to happen.
which
bruh.
I know is meant to happen, right? But I just don't think that like it's. And then like she comes in and she's like, Marion comes in and goes like, yeah, everything's good now because you're back. Is he though? Because I didn't see any real growth within the time that he was asleep while being knocked out, bro. I didn't see anything happen.
Yeah,
Maybe he really came to a revelation there, but I didn't see that.
he thought about it.
However,
dream.
the sequence where they do the big callback to the where does it hurt here, that shit almost made me fucking start sobbing because that was beautiful. Like, I know that's complete nostalgia, but like, fuck, that was a genuinely really smart thing to do. And I thought it was so cute and wholesome, and I loved it. Fuck yeah. That was great. But I don't think it was really deserved because I just
Very
did not see that
nice.
growth there at the end that made me feel like Indiana Jones and be like, I get it now. Also, the hat's grabbed at the end, so I guess
He gets it.
is someone else gonna be new Indiana Jones or is he being Indiana? What's going on
Whose
there?
hand was it?
Whose
little
hand
kid.
was it? Little kid hand?
Enhanced footage.
Oh, maybe we'll have to do that.
It was the aliens.
Oh, it's the aliens.
It was the scrolls, man.
Yeah.
Scrolls.
But anyway, that was kind of my rant about the ending of the movie, where I'm
Yeah.
like, I think the final scene was fantastic, but the lead up to it wasn't great.
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
He kind of did not show that he learned anything. Ooh.
You guys have anything to add?
I just thought, dang, I guess that's an ending. Okay, they're good enough to end an Indiana Jones saga.
Yeah.
That's what I thought about the ending. It was meant to happen.
I actually feel like if Crystal Skull kind of had that ending scene, that maybe would have been better. I don't know. Because Crystal Skull has to get married. Because
Mm.
she comes back in that movie.
Yeah.
And then they immediately get divorced.
Yeah, he didn't marry Shia LaBeouf.
No.
Dang.
Now dead. Went to the war. Despite being, I think, an anti-war guy in the last.
Well, Indy said he did it to spite me.
Sure.
That's what they
Whatever
said in
you
the
say,
movie.
Riders.
Yeah.
Anyway, shall we spoil? No, spoil the final verdict.
Score.
We will spoil the final verdict.
Verdicts. The
Starting with
verdicts.
Dio.
Yo,
Hello. New indie movie. Last one I watched was the Crystal Skulls, and I thought it was funny. This one also a bit funny at times. I like the characters, the new ones, the old ones. The adventure's a bit of a ride. Got the Nazis in there. And timey-wimey thing. Is that a spoiler?
Yes, it.
Never
Yeah.
mind timey-wimey thing.
Maybe just start your thing again.
I'm gonna cut that and continue.
All right.
Yeah, a bit of fun. Ending's okay, guess. Story's alright. Nice, nice little end to the indie saga. I give it like a 7 out of 10.
yeah. Well, 7. Yeah. It
Yeah.
was one of those.
I like this one more than Crystal Skull. I think it has some good moments, but ultimately, I don't feel like it completely justifies itself. It's also a bit too long with a plot that's like a bit too tropey for me. I'm like,
I want to change.
I thought you were gonna say God did.
I think you just say actually. That's what I thought you
Oh,
were
yeah,
saying. But
I'm Indiana Jones.
yeah, I'm actually. Your opinion is you like this. I thought that's what you were going to interject. I was like, yeah, oh. But I mean, like, I don't hate this movie. I think it's pretty okay. Some like, I think it's slightly above average at a 5.5,
Nice.
which is like a combined average of like a 6.3.
Give it a yeah.
Yeah.
6.3. There you go,
Hocus
folks.
Pocus cities
Hocus
Let us know what
Pocus.
you guys think
Yes.
In the comment section below.
in the comment section below. All right, we got one other thing we need to talk about today.
Yeah.
Alrighty. The other thing that we watched this week was The Idol. The Idol.
Season
Which?
1. Which
Did
may
not
be
find
the
time on
only
my
season.
schedule.
You didn't watch any of it?
Unfortunately.
No, don't worry about it. We'll tell you about
Damn,
it.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, this
I'm
is
just here for the
a
show now.
Jack and Dio special.
Yes.
All
I'm here for
right.
it.
The Idol. Fuck this show.
In the literal sense.
In the literal sense? Well, this show is directed by Sam Levinson, I believe, the guy who did Euphoria. You guys already know that we did like a little bit. We've talked a little bit about it in the past.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have.
It's fucking awful, right?
Yeah, it's kind of shit.
Kind of shit, man. Here's my thought. Like, this is kind of the way I view the season. It's like, it's so bad at the start, but it's kind of funny. So I'm like, boys, hold on, let's all watch this together, right? And we watched this with a couple of friends each week, which was like fun. But then I feel like when you get to the last episode is genuinely bad, like so bad that it wasn't even fun.
Yeah,
In my
there
opinion,
wasn't
I thought it was
many
just like
moments in
frustratingly
there.
bad. This is probably going to be a really short review. I don't know if we have anything positive to say about this.
But that's good because what a short episode doing.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah.
Can you think of any good things to say about this show?
Sometimes it looks cool because it was shot on a film.
Nice. The actual camera angles and stuff are all pretty dog shit. Like,
Yeah, a bit of questionable.
the cinematography is bad.
But I like the colors. You know, the colors. They're nice.
Some of the editing choices are baffling. They really like awkward zooms and shit to really emphasize there are naughty characters up to naughty things,
It's they're trying to
as if the
add in a
audience
horror
can't
movie
interpret on
element,
their own.
yeah?
There's a lot of this is a bad show. What's the plot? Let's start with the
Let's
plot.
start with the plot. You know, starts off episode 1. You get introduced to
Just
this
do the synopsis of the entire.
synopsis.
Yeah,
All right, we got this Jess, or was it Jocelyn?
Jocelyn.
The main character.
I was gonna say Jenny. That's completely
No,
different.
Jenny
Yeah.
ain't the main character. Jocelyn is a big pop star in this fake world, but she lost her mother, and that made her very sad.
Yes.
So everyone around her's like, damn, stop being sad and make funny music. Because they need the money.
Yes.
And in order to get the money, she needs to make music.
Yes.
But she's like, no, I'm too sad. But then she made The Weeknd, which is a man called Tedros in this show.
And he's kind of like Christian Grey, but a music producer.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, we'll do kinky sex, and then you can write songs about it.
Yeah.
Also, I heard your mother's dead. That comes
man.
up quite a bit. He'll be like, well, fucking going like, yeah, so your mother died, right?
That's something that's brought up a lot in this show. Yeah, your mother dead.
Yeah.
So Jocelyn tries to reinvent herself as an artist by being more, I guess, openly sexual in her music, and at the same time being more sexual with Tedros and other people.
Yeah.
So Tedros, as the smart businessman he is, invades her house
And takes everyone hostage. Like consensually hostage, but not consensual at the same time.
Yeah, then he brings people from his club. Tedros owns a club where he keeps people hostage. Creative people that he found on the street.
Yeah.
Which includes Jenny.
Also, his real name is Mauricio.
Yes.
Mauricio, I can't move it.
Tedros is a mysterious
You know how many times I kept saying that while watching it? All the time, yeah.
So he's portrayed as a mysterious individual with a dark past.
Until everything gets revealed in like episode 4.
Mm-hmm.
Until someone straight up goes, oh, this guy's real name is Mauricio. He's a scam artist. And they just explain everything in like a little speech.
So he brings all these people to Joss's house, locks them in there, and just like, oh my god, you guys are talented, yo. And they're like, yeah, Tedros is the GOAT, for real.
But then over the course of the last few episodes, they kind of go, wait, Jocelyn the GOAT for real?
Mm-hmm.
And then you get this big twist in which, what if Jocelyn was the one in charge of this toxic relationship?
Yes.
What a twist. That. What a bag of twist. Mm.
So Tedros is basically, in the early episodes, seen to be manipulating Jocelyn into bringing him into her life. And the business, bringing all these people in. He's like the big boss man now, telling her what to do.
Yeah.
By using emotional manipulation and sexual favors. And then comes this one scene where Jocelyn. Oh, not before that. Let's talk about the funny dinner scene.
Oh, this is a great dinner sequence, right? Let's direct this entire thing at Sunny. Okay. Sunny can understand. Imagine you're at dinner, and then
my eyes are closed, and I am imagining.
And you're with like your cult friends or whatever,
which includes Troye Sivan.
It's very important for some reason. Also, the acting is really bad in the show. I just want to point that out and get that out of the way. No, none of the acting is good, except for occasional times, but it's okay. And that's it. Anyway, imagine you're in a dining, and then this man, your boyfriend, Tedros, is like, did your mother ever abuse you or something? And you're like, I don't want to talk about this. And he's like, come on, man. Did your mother ever abuse you? And you go, yes. And you're like, what did she do? She hit me with a hairbrush. Would you like me to hit you with my hairbrush? Oh, no. And that helped you, like, did that help you inspire your music? And you're like, yes. And you're like, well, was it worth it? And then you go, yes. And then I go, do you want me to hit you with your hairbrush? And then you bring all the people inside and you just start beating. I start beating you with a hairbrush. But everyone watches. Everyone watches and Troye Sivan cries.
You know what started that?
It's also mildly. There's also a sexual element to it. I'm just going to bear in mind.
I am scarred and I need an adult.
You know what started that conversation at the dinner table was Troye Sivan suggesting that she should make her album cover her face with cum on it.
Yeah. And that's related to a whole thing to do with a leaked nude and stuff like that. Oh, that was small times, That was nothing important. But yeah. We get to a point also, so literally in the next episode, they're in their weird abusive relationship, I guess. And there's one point. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Character motivations will just flip flop. The only character I think that remains consistent is like the roommate, I guess, because she's like
Yeah.
concerned, and then nobody listens to her,
Everyone says, "Shut the fuck up."
even though she's like the kind of the voice of reason.
Yeah.
She's like that. You know that one Hannibal on Eric Andre's show when he goes, "Why are you guys booing me? I'm right." That's her.
Yeah.
That's literally her. Anyway, yeah, character motivation is just all over the place. Characters will randomly just switch. Example, Troy Sivan, he's like, yo, this cult's really fucked up. He gets like choked and abused, I guess.
No, but
And then he's
that
like,
was
it's okay.
because Tedros sneaked up on him and did a boo.
Yeah, that was a weird.
So Troy Sivan was taking a shower.
And then the weekend emerges from the shadows.
Yeah,
This is
and
not a
then-
joke. This is what legit happened. The weekend emerges from the
broke
shadows.
at Troy Sivan is taking a shower.
Damn.
That is
Full
the
stop.
phrase I thought
Yeah.
I'd never hear.
Yeah, and then the weekend emerges from the
Oh,
shadows,
this
you
is
know?
full spoilers, by the way. I don't know if that was clear or not, but I bet you
Yeah,
guys are
you
not going to
gotta
watch
watch
this
the
show.
show.
And you don't need to watch this show. This show's bad.
I'll tell you about it.
It also ended a week early. That's a fun
Yeah.
fact, yeah.
Good,
So
frankly.
it almost looks like Tedros is about to like sexually assault Troy Sivan from behind. But then
But
he
he just
does
goes
that cheeky
boo.
boo.
Did they
He
do
used
a
to
Did they
do-
do a Tom and Jerry where like Tom would like run into a door and then someone's chasing after Tom, just like running after him, runs into the door as well. But right before he closes the door, he's just like looks at the camera and goes with his like, and that. So
Basically, yes. But he didn't look
Yeah.
to the camera.
Anyway, there, yeah. So eventually it
Then
escalates
there's
into
become this thing about him singing, right?
yeah. So the thing that supposedly it's kind of bullshit drama bullshit, right?
We
Where
kind of
it's
just
like
brought it up for that. So, you know.
it's this. So firstly, Matt is literally like got him in a shock collar. Let me emphasize, Tedros has him in a shock collar, and then there's a big reveal that Troy Sivan can sing because
he's
apparently
not
he said to
supposed to
Jocelyn
sing.
that he like lost use of his vocal cords or some shit. Oh, because he was singing in the shower, right? So Tedros is like, "Oh, that guy can sing." So he brings it up. Then she's like, "Oh, you betrayed me." But then there's like a reveal of, she betrayed him or something, or like her mum outed him to her or
No,
something.
it's like so they've
It was
been
like-
friends till like since kids or
Yeah.
something, and they're both talented. But then the mom's like, "You go, don't stop being talented, because I want Josh to succeed." That's the story there. So he's been resenting that all this time.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Fuck you, bitch."
Matt,
But instead, he gets a shock collar and he gets treated like shit.
But then
Because-
but then he's just shown to be an absolute dickhead in every episode after that. So it's like, you know what? The shot collar stuff, it was justified. That's the way that I look at the
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
And that's actually a lot of the way the writing works. It's like, so throughout the entire thing, right? It's like the way the dynamic. There's basically it's an abusive relationship, right? Or when you think that it's like Tedros abusing Jocelyn, and then it like kind of flips at the end.
Yeah.
Sort of. Well, it's like she was in charge the whole time when she kind of really sure she was, but she wasn't like abusing the weekender. To be
Yeah.
clear,
But that's the turning point, was at that Troy Sivan scene.
yeah, where like she was shown maybe she has more power because Troy Sivan's like, hey, she basically fucked me over so that I
Yeah.
couldn't do a singing career or whatever.
She
Anyway,
controls his life.
the thing is like, why are these guys friends? You're gonna make me think that he's been pretending for every fucking year, and he was crying in the last episode of the abuse of his friend, but no, that was all fake. Like, I don't really buy that. I think their whole dynamic is bullshit. But yeah, my point with the actual relationship between Tedros and her, it's kind of showed that like, you know what? It's fine that she was abused because she got something out of it. It's the kind of the way the writing works. It's like
Yeah.
her getting literally beaten is fine because she was kind of in control the whole time, ish.
alright.
Pain creates art.
Pain creates art. That's the other thing, and then it's just like, I guess it's like the final episode is kind of like empowerment because I guess she basically puts him in a position where like he has to be her boyfriend, and they can't break up otherwise the tabloids will know that he was a shitty boyfriend or whatever.
Oh,
It's
they
kind of
already
like
know.
they kind of do another hostage situation at the
Yeah.
end. And like my point is, none of this is good. What are you promoting here? Like
Just the weekend be like, this is Hollywood.
I guess like you can be like, oh, the weekend abused her, so it's justified that she hostages him or whatever. Regardless, they shouldn't have anything to do with each other. The only people that would make any sense in the last episode were the management team, and they were fucking dumb because they spent their entire episode going, the entire ending going, we fucked him over. Yeah, we did. We really fucked him over. And they kept saying it. I'm like, I know you did. I just watched an episode, a 60-minute long episode.
They did. But yeah, it's a show about the dynamics of power.
It's terribly. They wanted like he's trying to be Game of Thrones. You're trying to. He's trying to do a little Succession. I don't know, a little bit of one of those fucking. It just doesn't work, and like, I don't think they even know who they're promoting. And also, part of me is like, is this show just made because they want to sexualize some celebrities? Because the director has like a weird BDSM kink sort of thing? Because honestly, that would explain a lot of this. Because I think like the cinematography in this show, that is like bad. It's like it sexualized like all of the females like way too much.
Yeah, well, I mean the writing's also funny about that.
The writing's also funny, but like, yeah, they like clearly know what they're doing there, and it's like. And honestly, I'm kind of fine if they sexualize them, if they also at least equally sexualize the male characters, okay?
They did for
that's
one
where
guy.
I'm at. Not sort of. It wasn't really. There's a difference between like there's kind of also a difference between nudity and sexualization. Those are like still different things. And like they sexualize the women. They like there's nudity and like but they also like heavily go they're sex objects. It's kind of like the thing that they do. Because
Yeah,
there's
but
also
that guy's part of it.
there's huh?
That guy's part of that.
Yeah, you could say that he is, I guess, but like that one naked guy that flows, he's in for the scene for a second.
Naked. Yeah.
What? You think it's talking about that one guy?
Guy in the house.
Oh, you mean the one that? Oh, sure, but like there's that one time you see an actual penis in the show for 1 second. I don't know if you remember, because I was like, yeah, but yeah, this show like. It goes out of its way to sexualize the female characters, is my point.
But The Weeknd.
They didn't sexualize The Weeknd.
No, he approved it.
Yeah.
Is it just the director's fault, or is it part of The Weeknd's vision, man?
The director and The Weeknd, like, were both equal level producers on this. Yeah. So, like, it's both of them.
Yeah, but I think that's kind of the show's bit of being like, look at these people. All they care about is sex, money, and power, baby.
I think that's what the fucking producers of the show care about, in all honesty.
Well, they reflected that well.
Yeah.
Speaking of, remember Mike Dean?
Oh, yeah.
Ain't he funny?
That was also... that was kind of cringe, though. It's like... Because Mike Dean, I guess, is portrayed as, like, a good guy. As in, like, he's not being a bad guy.
Yeah.
Which is, by the standards of the TV show, a good guy.
Yeah.
And it was very... So Mike Dean produced the soundtrack of the show, and they have him in the show.
Yeah.
So in a relatively positive light. Yeah. So it's like a little bit of like the self-glamorizing thing. I feel like, yeah.
And in every scene he's in, he's either smoking a joint or hitting the bong.
That was pretty funny, yeah. Can you think of a single good thing about this show?
Mike Dean has a Zuma haircut, the broccoli head.
All right. Should we give some verdicts then?
And he's like 50.
Yeah.
This is where we do a Snapchat broccoli photo.
Ooh.
All right.
Verdicts. The funny when it's funny. Weekend's really funny when he says the bad line and he says.
We didn't even talk about that, but like, we talked about it in the last week or something. Yeah.
He's funny when he said the bad lines. The show's bad plot doesn't really have a start, has an end, I guess. Things in the middle kind of just happen. Yeah, I give it a 2 out of 10. for entertainment.
I'm feeling a 2 out of 10 for entertainment.
I am also feeling.
Yeah, for
Very
sure.
nice.
For sure.
We're all in
We're
agreement.
all in agreement.
2 out of 10.
Yeah.
There you go, fellas.
Don't watch the guy.
There you
Watch
go,
this one.
Don't do
fellas.
it.
There's our score.
All
so
right.
don't go fellas.
Someone else want to do the outro? I don't have it in me after a few of the items.
That's fair enough.
Alright. Well, how was the episode? People watching? Good? Good. Very
Base or
nice.
mid?
Tell us in the poll I will create for this one. Anyway, if you haven't already, follow us on our other social media platforms, including Instagram, TikTok, and now on Threads. All on @unholy.pod. Email us for any queries or suggestions or any not formal, for any potential legal matters.
Then we can respond to it in the video if
Yes.
it's something.
At the Unholy
Free unholy
Free un-
thing with
yeah.
full stop. And
at
just letters
gmail.com.
at gmail.com.
Yeah, and we'll catch you in the next one.
On Spotify and Apple.
That's
A
right.
little teaser for next week, perhaps. Potentially a return of a
Tea?
secret agent
Mhm.
played by Tom Cruise. Maybe he's gonna do a little run. Maybe he's gonna do a little motorbike off the.
He's
gonna sound
like a chipmunk.
Maybe he'll sound like a chipmunk.
Is it the guy from the movie Cocktail in 1988?
Yeah, what a reference. Yes.
Wow, because I saw a poster. I'm like, yeah, man, I want to watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the reason. That's the movie. That's the reason why everyone wants to be a Bantan.
Cruisy.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Cruise.
Yeah. All right. See you guys.
See you.
Matinee.
Bye
Bye bye bye bye
bye.
bye.
Peace.